Hi, I'm unnamed. I'm an observer for Rainbow Six Siege, and I've got a couple questions to answer for you guys. It started in early 2020, where, as part of a charity tournament hosted by Battle of the Communities, I was casting and observing with the production team. It was a lot. It was definitely overwhelming, but I got through it, and at the end, I just thought it was the end. It wasn't till a couple of months, if 3 or 4 months possibly later, that another organization contacted me saying that they wanted me to work with them. And I was the observer and producer for Queen's League up until the end of 2021, I believe. And from there, things just escalated. I was contacted by numerous other leagues. It's not so much the observing, don't get me wrong, things fun. If it wasn't fun, I wouldn't do it. But probably the most enjoyable thing is the production team itself. It's the group of people that come together. We have a laugh and we joke, and at the end of the day, we get the job done. It's the people that make it fun for me. There's going to be a lot of hearsay because I wasn't actually there for when this happened. During one of the streams, I was observing and I was getting called out in chat. I'm oblivious to this because I obviously can't have Twitch chat open for various reasons. And I only found out about this a couple days, if not a week later, when the person that called me out was brought on to observe the following day. They apparently completely dropped the ball. They were overwhelmed and confused and they couldn't handle it, and I was told about this, and it just made my day. It probably shouldn't, but it gave me a sense of that my what I was doing and the effort that I was putting in wasn't in vain. It would probably have to be the working hours. You might get this a lot from a lot of people. When you're working a day job and then you come home and you have to cast or observe or produce, you feel it. Especially because I'm based in the EU, a lot of what I do is based, or a lot of the leagues that I operate in are based in North America. There's at least a 5 hour time difference, which means I don't normally get to bed till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. When you're doing that multiple days a week, at some point you are going to fall asleep in a cast. It's happened once in 4 years of observing that I've fallen asleep, and I will never let that happen again. I'd say it would have to be to play the game that you're working on. With Rainbow Six Siege, things can change so drastically from season to season. If you're not playing the game and you don't know the flow or the meta, then you're gonna have a hard time. I take an example from me. I spent a short amount of time observing League of Legends. I played it. I didn't play it nearly enough. I did not understand it in the slightest, and I got away with it. I was relatively good at observing, but at some point, without that interest, without that knowledge, you just get bored in a sense, and it's not fun. And if it's not fun, it's gonna show, and you're just not gonna want to do it. So I did drop observing League of Legends, which is why I'd say you've got to play the game if you're gonna cast, analyze, observe that game. I'd have to say it's the amount of pressure that I, at least, am under. I'm not sure about other observers, but I feel a lot of pressure in actually capturing the content. It's not the easiest thing in the world because up until recently, we only had the one spectator slot. It was a couple seasons ago they opened it up to four, where we can have access to a second camera, an overhead camera, to show where all the players are on the map. It gives us insight as to where the engagements are going to be. Prior to that, it was purely on us. We had to guess, use our intuition, use our game sense, and what we can see to gauge where these fights are going to happen. So you've really got to be clued into it. And when you have things like inconsistent controller inputs, where the right trigger is zoom in on fixed cam and zoom out on free cam, those slight changes can really distract you and have you lose focus, which just throws everything off course. So when we do capture the content, we feel really damn good about it. And when we miss it, we feel really damn bad about it. So I just hope that you appreciate what it is we can get to you guys. Well, I've been unnamed, and I hope that's been insightful. If you need to contact me, Twitter and Discord's the place to be. It's been a pleasure as always, and I'll catch you next time.